altyazılarla destekleniyor. Aramızda engel yok.
Şimdi nereye?
Avlayın şu sıkarları!
Taş köprüleri takip et. Tamam. Beni takip et. İndirin şunları!
Delik deşik et! İndir onları! Gebert şunları!
Kaç biraz!
Siktir! İndir şunları!
Hayır, bırak beni! Yardım et Ebi! Hayır! Arkanda, arkanda!
Kevin!
Kimseyi görmüyorum. Tedbiri elden bırakma. Ateşimize yarar. Lev, hadi. Sürebilecek misin? Bakacağız. Sıkı tutun. Ha! Başını kaldırma. Sen bana yolu göster. İleride. Hadi bakalım. Hazırlan. Burada. Dikkat et. Ah Tanrım. Raven. Oraya gitmemiz şart mı? Ben bilmiyorum. Tekneler orada. Bizi kimse durduramaz. Bizi kimse durduramaz. Tutun! Tutun, aradan geçiyoruz. Ne taraftan? Bu tepenin ardına. Evi, atla! Bizi koru! Tanrım! Ne? Gidiyor! Boş ver. Devam etmemiz lazım. Tam şurada. Rıhtım. Tamam. Buradan çıkmalıyız.
Nasıl çıkacağız?
Abby, buradan. Hadi.
Bu manyakların hepsini gebertin. Gebertin o pisleri.
Abby'yi gördüm. Abi pezevenk.
Kafir bu. Öldür şunları.
Geri dönmemeliydin. Okçu veledi gebertin hemen. Ey canavar!
geldin kurt. Bırakın gidin. Kaçmalarına izin vermeyin. Silahları bozmayın.
Katili öldürün.
Kurt tepenin arkasında.
Ellie! Bunları buraya getirdin.
Hadi bir. Lanet olsun. Başka bir yol buluruz. Yukarıda. Yürü. Buradan hemen çıkmamız gerek.
Unuttum.
Sakın durma. Çatı çökmek üzere. Lev! Emir! Ben iyiyim! Hadi! Lev!
Buraya gelmek lazım.
Siktir git!
Lanet yüz parası seni! Şerefsiz! Sen bilirsin. Sen bilirsin.
Evet. Bir tekne bulalım.
Hadi Ebi. Biri bende.
İç.
Geç hadi.
Şükür ya.
This one here is actually one of my favorite scenes in this game.
I agree. This one's really great.
It's just the visuals, the
The tragedy.
exchange, how far we've come. Just the idea that he's cold. The weather.
She's so dull here. She's just such a dad here.
This is again.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that's very easy to write on the page. She takes her jacket off. She wraps it around Lev. Very hard to execute and
Oh,
make it look
God.
good. Look how she's looking at him.
Well, it's like now she's looking at a small version of herself, right? She
Yeah.
knows what it is to see your parent dead, to see your world burn, and now she's just got to helplessly watch another person do it.
This is again where the two stories are barreling into each other, and we have a series of losses. I mean, there's this nice dramatic irony. The player already knows what's waiting for Abby inside, and they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god," and they're waiting to see how this.
If they
plays out.
remember, a lot of people forget.
No,
But
really?
as soon as they see Alice,
Oh yeah, Alice is the
that's
the
the
trigger.
giveaway. What can you say to someone that just lost his mom and his sister at the same moment?
Yağmurdan kaçalım. Evet. Nasıl ya?
Alice is the only dog that actually has to die in the game, which was a fun thing during press when people would be like, "Why do you want us to kill dogs?" And it's like, you don't actually have to in any of the setups. They're all voluntary kills, but Alice is the only requisite one.
I'm pretty sure we're always careful to say you don't have to kill dogs, but we didn't say you don't have to kill a dog.
Dog. The cutest dog that you play fetch with.
Dikkatlice.
This is Laura, you make this look very easy, but this is a very hard scene, I think, watching from the outside to act, which is you have to go from grief to pure rage. I think, Hallie, this was your throwing up that you wrote into this scene.
Yeah, probably.
It's such a great visual of how much grief somebody can take before your body just rebels against it.
Yeah.
This little, the way he says Abby here.
Abby.
Almost afraid to show her this might lead to the people that did this. And of course, this was Ellie's mistake of dropping the map here in her panic attack. And and the music is doing a good job of just taking you internally into Abby's head. Now she's regressing back to the vengeful spirit she was before.
Onu bulunca ne yapacağız?
Önce nasıl gireceğimizi çözelim. Evet, ışıklar yanıyor. Hala benimle misinler?
Evet.
Aramaya devam. Tamam. Merdivene uzan. Hazır mısın? Pekala. Ses çıkarma.
Orada ne haltlar dönüyor?
Bunu Erliyan'ın. Dikkat et. Yakın dur.
Our main characters collide, or about to collide.
I think one of the things that makes Laura's performance here so special is that this character is so hard and so terrifying, but in every scene where Laura is scary, there's also this patina of vulnerability, of fragility that's coming through, where you can feel that she's quaking with rage, but there's so much complex stuff happening underneath that rage. It's really great. You're not bad.
It's funny because it's the same way I feel about Ashley's performance. So there's always this.
Just that rage feels so real.
She's so good too, like fucking one shot.
And again, from her perspective, it's Jesse's an NPC.
Yeah.
He means nothing to her.
Hemen git buradan. Ayağa kalk hemen.
Aklından bile geçirme.
Kes ulan sesini. Pekala. Tamam. Bekle.
What is so beautiful here or tragic is that Ellie doesn't get it. Right? What Ellie's about to say here is like,
Joel'u öldürdüm biliyorum. Her şey beni kurtardı.
well, he did it to save me. There's no cure because of me.
And Heavy's like, what?
Not
It's
about that. I don't know how much Abby cares about it. It's about her
Yeah.
dad.
Arkadaşlarımı öldürdünüz.
Like, I showed you
Yaşamanıza
mercy.
izin verdim. Ve bunu boşa harcadınız.
Oh man, the players were so uncomfortable here. Like, I have to go up against Ellie now. And this is very much by design.
Who is scary?
She's wily, but you're beefy.
Burada kal. Çıkışları koru, kız kaçmasın.
Sakın kaçayım deme. Orospu çocuğu! Benimsin! Abby! İşte buradasın. Avcundasın. Benimle yüzleş hadi. Korktun mu? Orospu çocuğu.
Tamam.
Ah benim. İşte elindesin. Hiçbir yere... Siktir.
mı geçiyorsun ya? Kahretsin ya. Hayır.
Siktir git.
Olmadı.
Dikkat edemiyorum.
If I remember correctly, Ashley, we had you like have water in your mouth when you delivered some of the lines here, because your mouth is meant to be filled with blood.
Yes. Wow. Okay, because I remember I was, as my usual, I was like, why am I just laying here? I would try everything I could to try to get up and go save her. So I think the water and having that and having sort of showing or being able to hear how messed up Ellie is in that moment.
This is the other scene that lives in my head. The knife to a pregnant girl's throat. It's so terrible, but in her mind, like, Ellie just intentionally killed her pregnant friend, and Mel is so visibly pregnant.
And the fact that Abby does not kill them shows that she's kind of in a little bit of a better mental place, I think, than Ellie is.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
she's
grown
also
a
got
little
her
bit.
moral compass, like,
Yes.
right in front of her.
Yeah.
Well, there's like two
Yeah.
versions of love right in front of her. One is
Yeah.
a destructive one of like wanting to do justice by the people that I've lost, and the other one is wanting to do right by this kid that I've come to be their protector.
Hmm.
And she
Who's already
chooses.
seen too much violence, who's already experienced too much wrath, right? It's like he needs peace.
Ne haber tatlım? Sorun mu var? Gel bakalım. Tamam. Her şey yolunda. Sorun yok. Kimmiş bu yakışıklı bakayım? Hey, bunları seviyorsun ha? Saçları bayağı çılgınca. Dina!
Mutfaktayım.
Nasılsınız bakalım şıpıdıklar? Hey, bulaşıklar için sağ ol. Müzik açarak bana teşekkür edebilirsin. Bir deneyeceğim. Müzik açalım mı? Demek eğlenmek istiyorsun. Tamamdır.
Siktir be. Bu şarkı süperdir.
Anneni memnun etmek çok kolay.
Aynı fikirdeyim. Çok kolay beğeniyorum. Tamam. Şu hareketlere bakın.
Bu hareketleri mi?
Evet.
Bak anne ne yapıyor. Vay canına.
Benden iyi dansçı olur.
Fazla garipsin.
Farkındayım. Tamam. Tamam. Dikkatimi dağıtıyorsun.
Biliyorum.
Tamam. Hadi. Yürü.
Peki.
Hey, sanırım Oli dışarıda kaldı. İçeri getirebilir misin?
Evet tabii ki. Hava almak ister misin? Nerede?
Kesin traktörün üstündedir.
Aman, memnun etmek de zor.
Biz ne oynuyoruz?
Talya teyzene merhaba de.
Merhaba Talya teyze.
Selam Ali. Burada ne yapıyorsun bakalım? İşte biniyoruz. Tamam, işte bindik. Çok güzel değil mi? Bak ne diyeceğim. Sana gitar çalmayı öğreteceğim. Ellerin büyüdüğünde. Ve sürekli altına yapmadığım bir zamanda. Sorun değil. Herkesin başına gelir. Anlatacak çok hikayem var. Büyüdüğünde. Daha çok var. Nereden başlasam bilemiyorum. Hadi bakalım Afacan. Gidip anneye bir bakalım. Çamaşırları asmaya çıkıyorum.
Elim ya.
Yardım lazım mı?
Hayır. Hallediyorum. Sence ceket giydirsem mi?
Yok ya. Bence gayet iyi.
Yine mi?
Bana dur diyebilirsin. Durayım mı?
Tamam. Yeter. Cidden bak.
Sevmek ister misin? İşte. Sev bakalım hadi. Yavaşça yavaş yavaş. İşte böyle. Aferin sana. Güzel.
Selam.
Merhaba.
Bana ver istersen. Koyunu ahıra sokar mısın?
O benimle kalsın, hallederim.
Cidden mi?
Tabii. Sen dinlen biraz.
Al bakalım. Tamam.
Hadi.
Gir bakalım. Fazla oyalanmayın. Daha yıkanması lazım.
Cidden usta çoban oldun.
Dinleyin koyunlar. Yemeğiniz ahırda sizi bekliyor. Hadi yiyin. Pamuk. Ahır vakti. Papatya.
Gir bakalım. Vay be. Amma çok koyun var. Sence kaç tane vardır? Hadi sayalım. 1, 2. Bence duralım çünkü uykum geldi.
Ne yapacağız lan biz?
Eugene. Hey içeri içeri.
Sağ ol.
Yürümeyen yanar bak. Kesinlikle çok fazla koyunumuz var. Hey birkaç tanesini yemeye ne dersin? Leziz olmaz mı? Sana bir sorum var. Sence en sessiz hayvan hangisidir? Şempanze. Biraz daha büyüdüğün zaman bu şakalar çok hoşuna gidecek. Üşüyor musun dostum? Birkaç tane daha. Tamam, bir tane daha. Kızgın bir koyunla deli bir ineği birleştirirsen ne olur bil bakalım.
Mure.
Morali bozuk bir şey. Evet. Bunu annen de çok sever. Tamam millet, yarın görüşürüz. Hey. Nasıl çıktın sen? Hadi ufaklık. Tamam. Hadi gel ufaklık. Yemek istemiyor musun? Hayır, hayır, hayır.
Yardım et!
Olamaz. Lütfen durun. Ellie? Hey.
That poor baby.
That poor baby.
Yeah.
We had a lot of conversations here about Ellie's thought process, the things she's not expressing, but she put the baby's life at risk right now, right? It's like, who knows what, and when she's in this fog of PTSD, what she could have done.
This is the moment for Ellie where she's...
It's never going to get better.
It's not going to get better, and she's put her family in danger. So it's probably better to just go.
Well, Dina is also trying to sweep it under the rug, and this is what's going to happen next. He was like, let's just go back to bed. Everything's fine. If I could buy another week, maybe she'll get a little bit better.
Or even just the distance to speak. It's just like when somebody's really in the thick of like the panic and the fog of grief like that, it's like you do kind of need time in order for them to kind of continue to progress through the stages. But it's like Ellie is refusing to move through these stages. And so like I feel like when we were doing this, like the patience that I have with it was that it's like maybe she'll move to the next stage soon. Maybe we're getting there. Maybe that's what we're getting to.
Zombi falan gelmiyor mu böyle?
I don't know if we ever talked about this, but we had a whole different version of this part of the game where it was Maria that showed up.
Yeah, but we felt it would be more intimate if it were seeing how broken Tommy was.
Well, it should be like feel more the guilt of like seeing the damage on Tommy and having Tommy been changed over this year since he got back to Jackson, of like the guy that wanted to protect Ellie and not go on this quest for revenge is now guilting her into it.
I like that you're coming in late and you're seeing that this man has been very broken, and we're getting a sliver of how the abuse he experienced and the things that he did in Seattle have irreparably damaged him. And he's standing right in front of Ellie, and Ellie is looking at how irreparably damaged this man is, and she's like, "Yep, let's do that to me too. I'm willing to see the ghost of my future. That's the fate I deserve."
Üzüldüm.
Boş ver. Üzerine çok konuştuk ve ikimiz de bunu istiyoruz.
Well, the other thing we were talking about is the other big Ellie Tommy scene is after Joel's death and how they can't look at each other. And then this happens again here. Once he asks her to go, she can't look at him.
I think it's a confrontation thing, or when I'm feeling anger, I get uncomfortable, like I don't want somebody to see it.
It's also the shame, right? Of the shame of
Yeah.
I'm letting you down. I'm letting Joel down. I'm letting myself down.
Yeah.
Bayağı yapılı olduğunu ve yüzü yara dolu bir çocukla gezdiğini söyledi. Sahile vurmuş.
I also think that there's something important in this scene for Dina, right? Because Dina has been such an amenable partner through so much of this game and their journey, and even when Ellie's off the deep end, Dina is a nurturing force. And here she's finally drawing the line.
O mevzu kapandı artık.
She's finally like, we're done with that. I'm speaking for Ellie now.
There's a line here, and you've crossed it.
And like the rage I felt too when he keeps going, I was like, it's
love it.
insidious. You know, it's like he came and brought the virus back into the house and now she's sick again.
Think of all the guilt he's carrying. He failed to save Joel. He failed to save Jesse. He failed to get Abby. He's fucked up. His marriage has fallen apart. All he has left now is this revenge. That's it.
Well, it also
Yeah.
it goes back again to that ego thing where it's like, you asked me to do this and I did it. I went to Seattle. Now I'm coming back for you to pay up, and you're going to be a little bitch about it.
Well,
Yeah.
and again, he doesn't. He's too blind to see the suffering that she's going
Yeah.
through. All he could see is like how
She looks
damaged,
great.
how damaged he is. What does he say? Like, oh, you live out here, and like, and you got your family, and everything's cushy, and everything's fine, and I'm the one suffering. But he doesn't see that he's not the only one
Yeah.
suffering.
Şaka gibi.
And I love that Jeffrey, when Dina walks over and Ellie's sitting there at the table, and Jeffrey is not even acknowledging Dina.
In a way, Tommy might feel like I'm more family to you than Dina is.
Yeah, yeah,
I've known you
yeah.
longer. Like,
That's exactly
think
what
of
it
everything
felt,
what
yeah.
we've been through, and it's the only time there's really personal conflict between Ellie and Tommy.
That's one of my favorite Dina moments.
Yeah.
Because it felt so real.
I was so mad.
Yeah. Just like flying out the screen door and being like, listen, motherfucker, get off of our property. I love it.
So this was one of the first things we shot for this game.
Yep.
There's so many characters here. We had to shoot this in multiple batches and then stitch it all together.
I did several days just dancing.
Yes.
Yeah, remember we brought a dance choreographer that spent some time with you, Shannon.
Yeah.
This was the demo, and so we had to. This was tricky because we're introducing to the world a lot of new characters with a lot of interesting dynamics, and trying to do that through exposition, but as thin an exposition as possible because, dear God, nobody likes exposition. It was hard.
Ne oldu ki?
This scene has jumped around all over as we're playing with the structure. It used to be in the very beginning, and then we felt we just had too many cutscenes in the beginning. We need to get to the action a little bit faster, and then moved it to the end. We changed the writing for the beginning.
Fena dans etmiyor.
But there's something kind of nice,
Bence 2 haftaya kaldı.
and I guess there's a tragedy to it of coming here at the end as a memory of just seeing Jesse's alive and Ellie and Dina are okay and no one's, and there's Joel.
Selam. Niye geç kaldın? Geldim.
And this like really innocent first kiss.
Hadi gel.
Bana bak, yarın erkenden yola çıkacağız. Biraz dinlenin.
Emredersiniz. Tam bir pisliksin.
Hadi ama.
This was the first scene we shot. This was the first scene we shot after you hired me.
Yeah.
Ne kadar kötü kokuyorum.
Mesela.
I look at this and I'm just overwhelmed with all the details of the shirt, of sweat stains, of little hairs on the neck, little dimples on the smile, and just this is hundreds of people of work for months to get this little moment. Sweat and trying to capture it.
The hair that I put behind her ear is crazy.
Yeah. And that has to switch from being physics hair to being hand animated hair
It's
as soon as
crazy.
you make contact with it.
Hiç sanmıyorum.
And even just the kissing, like, I mean, it's just, it looks so realistic.
Yeah, and it's actually a combination of several performances all stitched together right here. And then the lighting has to change from shot to shot. It's interesting highlighting the bracelet that's back on Dina's hand. It's a nice
love it.
reflective moment of like how innocent things were for all these characters.
Yeah.
I love just the little surprise on Ellie's face, the little like moment of shock before melting into it.
And then we're about to get into Seth. And again, Shannon, your rage is so real here.
Hey! Aile etkinliğindeyiz.
Fuck are you looking at? Pardon.
This whole interaction was based on one time I was at Blockbuster and I'm just talking to my friend, I'm throwing curse words around, and the dad in front of me had his 2 kids, and he's like, "Do you mind? There's kids around." And that always stuck with me. I felt such shame having like used curse words in front of these kids.
Eli yapma.
Defol git lan buradan. Çek ulan ellerini.
Hey. Yeter. Benimle gel biraz yürüyelim.
Onlar ne olacak?
Sen kendi işine
I
bak.
feel so bad for Joel here.
Ugh, me too.
Derdin ne senin?
She doesn't want to be under his shadow anymore.
No.
But he can't help himself.
He's just trying to. He's trying to dad.
Someone is hurting her, and he's going to stand up for her.
Oh, Papa Bear. Yeah, you know you were an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saddest scene.
Yeah, with the first game, right, we're talking about how do you take this obsession of love, of a parent's love for a child, to the end of the line, and then this has the reverse of it, of like how do you take hate to the end of the line, which is also like another expression of love. And the engineering of it was that here she has this family that loves her, and it's not good enough because she's letting down Joel in her mind.
I love the different energies that you both bring to this scene where Dina is giving it her everything in this fight, and Ellie just has to shut down.
This scene, my God. I was so hard to leave you because you were so upset and so broken and so sad, and I was like, I should, my must stay. I'm sorry.
I would argue this is maybe Ellie's darkest moment, even though I know where we're going, because this is the choice where she forsakes.
This is where she makes the choice.
Yeah, and I think she knows there's a very good chance she's going to die on this journey.
I guess the thing that we don't talk about is like, I think she's suicidal.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
there's the guilt of what
The
should have
pain is
happened
too
at the
loud.
hospital.
That's why she leaves in the middle of the night. She's not saying goodbye because it's clearly suicide.
Yeah. When the pain gets too loud, she's not there anymore. She's incredibly vulnerable, but she's completely disassociated, and there is this absolute rejection of everything that is right.
At that point, like, you know, you're not talking to the person that you're in the relationship with. You're talking to the grief. And so it's like the convincing comes into like, are you even in there anymore? Like, can I just find you for 1 second? And she's just fully gone.
Both characters have very clear goals, and then there's an obstacle, and then they keep ratcheting out. Like Dina just ups the ante over and over and over until the last bit is ultimatum.
Even the grabbing of the face.
And then she pulls her hands down.
Ugh.
And that's it, she knows. Philosophically, with this game, what we wanted to do was allow our characters to make immoral choices that the audience would not be on board with. Up until now, like, we shed some of the audience of, like, you know, the Nora torture. Some people have issues with that, or certain other kind of violent moments. But here we lose almost everybody. And it is by design in that way of, like, you're now, like, playing this thing that you are not on board with at all. You have to keep going. And in a way that does align you with Ellie. These shots are so gorgeous. There's a nice misdirect coming up here. We purposely gave Lev chucks, so you're thinking for a second that, oh, okay, this is where I pick up Ellie's journey. And again, now you've been a while away from Abby and Lev, and now Lev has fully shed his seraphite exterior, has hair.
I love to see their growth, their relationship in this moment.
In letting go of hate, Abby has taken on Owen's optimism, Owen's hope. This thing that was just this flame that was almost completely extinguished within her. Somehow in all that tragedy and all that horror, she was able to find it again.
Her face seems brighter, it seems lighter than it has been the entire game, even in the flashbacks.
$2410. O tarafta değildir bence. Hep çift sayı. Garip bir grafiti.
Ateş böcekleri mi demek?
Hayır. En azından ben çıkaramadım. 24 bir şey 4. Bence sen eskiden bir misin?
Hey, orada bir şey var. Bir şeytan. Sol tarafta.
Ortalık sakinleşti.
Güzel.
Bir şey olduğunu biliyordum.
Evet bildin. Gözünü dört aç. Şu evi bulma konusuna dönelim.
2425.
Aferin. ...2417. Durum kızışıyor.
Lütfen olmasın. Şimdiden terledim.
Çok şapşalsın be.
Ne?
Boş ver.
...2429. Çok uzak. Hiç sayı göremiyorum.
Evet. Bir bakalım. İyi gibi.
Burası terk edilmiş gibi. Diğer tüm evler gibi.
Aramaya devam. Hı. 2425 Constance. İşte burası.
Tamam ama burada bir şey yok ki.
Henüz orasını bilemiyoruz.
İçeriği dışarısı gibi görünecek şekilde boyamışlar ama bitkiler benzememiş.
Bence bir çocuğun dış dünyaya dair kurduğu hayale benziyor. Eski dünyada çocuk odalarını hep bu şekilde süslüyorlardı. Babam bana renkli bir orman çizmişti.
Ha. Yarı olsa bayılırdı.
Eminim severdi. Kilitli.
Belki başka bir giriş vardır.
İyimser mi takılıyorsun?
Yardım etmek istiyorum.
Hep yardım ediyorsun. Tam takır. Gerçekten boş mu? Olamaz. Lev, sanırım işimiz bitti.
Dur, bekle.
Bir şey mi var?
Çizikler var.
Çekil. Merhaba.
Yakın zamanda kimse uğramamış.
Ne yazık ki seninle aynı fikirdeyim. Her şeye rağmen çok güzel mekan. Elektrik varmış. Etrafa bak. Güneş panelleri var.
Bu frekans hala kullanımda mı? Burası
This is so small, but I love the hope. Again, it's like she has a bit of hope here, and then it's cranked up to 10 when she hears the fireflies on the other side of this radio.
beni duyan var mı?
And isn't the firefly on the other side of this radio another Vox Machina hero?
Is it really?
Yeah,
Who is it?
Liam O'Brien.
Is it?
Yeah,
He was my fellow nurse, wasn't he? In the
he
the
was.
scene? Yeah, we
your
were with the
fellow
two
nurse
nurses.
in Last of Us 1.
Bu frekans hala kullanımda mı? Ben Santa Barbara'dan Abby. Kimse var mı?
There's a nice reaction here that Lev has to Abby's again, singular obsession of now finding the fireflies, and he's ready to give up.
Beni duyan var mı? Alo.
And she keeps going in desperation.
I love artistically how the character models for Lev and Yara were kind of a blend of both of the actors' faces, because now I'm like looking at baby Lev, but I feel like you can see some spirit of Yara still.
Bu frekans hala kullanımda mı? Alo, ben Santa Barbara'dan Abby. Beni duyan var mı? Beni duyan varsa lütfen cevap verin. Lütfen konuşun.
Don't give up.
Like that, this was perfectly shot. Like we're pulling away from her. That this is how the scene's going to end.
2425 Constance. Bu üs hakkında
I don't know
ipucu
why
aldık ama
I get
kimse...
weirdly emotional in this
Ateş
scene.
böceklerini arıyoruz. Ben de onlardan.
Maybe just seeing how happy she is.
Görev yeri neresiydi?
Salt Lake karakolundaydım.
Like that little head shake.
God, I'm so awkward.
I mean, I guess I'm a firefly. I kind of disavowed them, but that is who I truly am.
Benim babamdı.
Şu işe bakın. O uydu
I
istasyonlarındaki
like
herkesi
Liam's
alıp bana
acting right here, like in the reply. How about that? Like holy shit.
200 kişi varız. Her ay biraz daha artıyor.
Owen haklıymış. 2 kişi daha geliyor. Sizi nasıl buluruz?
It's,
Oh God, yeah, there it is.
Salondaki büyük kubbeli binaya yaklaşın. Sizi buluruz.
Tamam.
look at like the way Lev looks at her. He's happy for her.
Görüşmek üzere. Bol şans Santa Barbara'dan ödeyim.
Well, it's also like
Anlaşıldı, tamam.
there's a possibility of community here again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everything's going to turn out fine for these two.
But it needs to, Neil.
Peki, tamam. Haklıydın.
O da neydi?
Her yanıldığımda niye tekrar söyletiyorsun?
Çünkü kendimi iyi hissediyorum. Ve bu nadiren oluyor.
Hey, bu taraftan.
get ambushed by a new group, the Rattlers.
The Rattlers are the worst people we've encountered in the game for both practical reasons, which were we want you to get to see Ellie at her most vicious, most violent. We want her kills to feel brutal and justified. And we want to feel like Abby and Lev, were they not saved, would have died.
There's also, with this group, wanting to make them really awful, to play a little bit with tropes and structure and misdirect the player, that in a lot of these stories, you have these two characters that you're rooting for against each other, and then there's a really evil force, and you see them team up, and they're going to work together to defeat the bad guys. And that's not how this plays out at all. That always felt a little too cliche, and I don't know if it really spoke to the themes of what we're trying to say here. But we wanted the player to think that's what's going to happen. There's a nice economy here of storytelling. Like, we don't show Abby arriving at Santa Barbara with this boat that has become a character of its own in the story. And we're just here with Ellie picking up the tail end of their journey. There's also... And it's also the first time we're seeing just how emaciated Ellie has become. And she's sunburned and clearly not taking care of herself in the pursuit of Abby.
I mean, it mirrors it can't all be for nothing, because she's killed so many people at this point. If she stops, that all is just for nothing.
I really like the parallel of the first game of her wanting to see things all the way through with her stubbornness, even though there's a part of her that says this is not the right thing to do.
Buradan sokağa nasıl çıkmış olabilir? İşimi görecek gibi. Hadi bakalım. Tamam. Peki şimdi hesapla. Ben buradayım ve Santa Barbara'da tam olarak şu tarafta. Devam. Umarım buradan geçebilirim.
Kesin. Çok zor.
Pekala. Tamam. Santa Barbara aşağıda. 2425 Constance.
Nice mirror here of the injury Joel had in the hospital in the first game. Yeah, we're constructing this. We wanted to injure Ellie badly. So again, she's choosing the pursuit of this thing over her own health, that she will likely die if she sees this all the way through.
I would argue she is dead already.
Doing this upside down hair was such a pain, because they had to essentially, you can't just move the hair upside down, you have to remodel the whole thing. And we wanted her to have lost so much blood. It's again, the whole thing is starting to feel like a fever dream, and she thinks she's seeing like Abby and Lev, and then realizes, oh no, it's very different people.
Travis and Logic.
This was another moment to show how far Ellie has come, and how easier it is for her to kill someone in cold blood now versus the earlier parts of the story. And one more instance where she could use her superpower of being immune to get herself out of these jams. And what she's employing here is very similar to what Nora did to her, which is like try to insult them so they could get reckless, and in that recklessness she'll find the opening.
Altına sıçtın galiba.
Scripture. I remember in this scene when I take the gun off of Bobby, the strap in one of the takes went across his neck and I gave him a really bad rope burn.
Oh no.
Because I just like yanked it really quickly and he had that for about a week.
Oh no.
It looked really, I was like, oh no. It looked like he was strangled or something.
But he looked badass.
He was so excited. It was like, oh my God, Ellie killed me. He was such a fan of the game.
Right. He was excited.
I love how efficient that action is right there. Just grabbing the gun, spraying across his legs. And watch this little smirk that you give when he points out your bite. Because he doesn't know you're immune. No one's immune.
Travis Willingham.
Look at your face there is like the, it's like she's getting another hit of her drug. Of like, I'm actually back on the trail.
She's so close, you can feel it.
Watch this smile. Looks at the bite. Right. There.
Kampımızdaki bir hücrede.
Kamp nerede?
Şu taraftan git, raylara çıkacaksın. Raylar seni tesise
It's like had this exchange happened earlier, if she killed someone in cold blood earlier, there'd be a very different reaction. It's like she's becoming more and more like Joel at this point, more and more capable and more cold about violence, where she could just execute it and move on and not think twice about it.
I think at this point she's completely disassociated from the
Like
Ellie we've
she's
ever known.
staring him in the eye as he's dying. And just a hint that the injury's getting worse and worse.
But again, she's not going to stop.
She can't. Not yet.
Tesise giden raylar. Uzun yuvarlak bina. Tesise giden raylar. Uzun yuvarlak bina. Aman be.
Burada! Bacağından vurulsa...
Geri dönmeyeceğim.
Silahımı var. Silahı var.
Geri dönmeyeceğim.
Lanet olsun.
Pekala.
Ya nereden buldu lan bu?
Diğerlerine bölgeyi aramalarını söyle. Kaçan sadece o mu bir bakın. Hastalıklara da dikkat edin.
Evet.
Biri ona yardım ettiyse lanet havuzun dibini boylayacak. Zaman kaybı.
Bir süredir tuhaf davranıyordu. Bu ay 3. oldu. Kapıya daha fazla adam koymaya hazır mısın?
Kapıdakiler önce kendi işlerini yapsınlar. Etrafa bakın. Yalnız mı bilmek istiyorum.
Konuşma. Güzel. Evet. Büyük bir grup. Abby'yi bu aptallar öldürmeden önce bulmalıyım. Kes sesini.
İyi bu. Biri onu gebertsin. Burada birileri var. Herkes etrafı arasın. Bir adam daha öldü. Bu işe son vermemiz gerek. Kapı falan var mı? Kayıp mı oldu oğlum?
Köpekten bir şey çıktı mı?
Neydi bilmiyorum. Ortalık temiz. Hadi bakalım oğlum.
Oh! Kaçın! Bitti! İşte burada! Bırak! Şimdi kol! Lanet olsun! Ah!
Başka var mı? Siktir. Çok fena. Ah, siktir.
Hadi bakalım.
Ah tanrım. Uzun ve yuvarlak bir bina gibi. Oraya nasıl gireceğim? Merhaba.
Hadi be yapabilirsin. Biraz daha yakına gel.
Onunla uğraşma. Bir şey hissetmiyor.
Sikerler ya. Bunun için ona söz vermiştim.
Bu çok boktan bir hobi.
Eminim keşke kaçmaya kalkışmasaydım diyorsundur Antonio.
Bir şey var. Bir kontrol edeyim.
Git ben arkanı kollarım.
Öldün sen, duydun mu beni?
Bitti mi? Hasta orospu çocukları. Tamam. Uzun yuvarlak bina. Sonunda be. Siz piç
Tamamdır. Elli, bastırın. Mıhladım. sarsıldı. Kaçak! Siktir! Bu tarafa!
Kızı gördüm galiba. Ben bakarım.
Yeter buramıza geldi ya. Nedir bu be?
O neydi lan? Gidip kontrol ederim. Ama yemin ederim...
Bu kadar.
Kaçak! Bir kaçak var! Tam burada!
Kahrolasıca.
Cephanesi kalmadı! Sıkıştırın onu! Tamam anladım. Bul! Hadi! Anladım. Şu taraftan gitti. İçeride.
İbidik zibidik, abidik gubidik, antin kuntin tarrak kürrek işler olduğunda bana koşun, önemli bir şey olduğunda aklınıza bile gelmiyor.
Bir şey duydum. Ben gidip bakarım.
Tamamdır.
Durdur onu! Judy, ilerleyin!
Temizle onu!
Bir nedeni mi var, bir sebebi mi?
Saldırın, mermisi yok! Judy! Çabuk olun, mermisi yok!
Of ya.
Ne oldu peki? Bilmiyorum. Aşağılık bir kaçak galiba.
Siktir. Dağılın. Kuleyi koruyun.
Bakalım ne? Neymiş peki? Ortalık hadi. Sağda indirdi. Tanrım.
Pete! Git hadi kolla
Ay
onu!
lanet olsun.
Pete!
Öldün lan sen.
Yakaladım! Tanrım olamaz!
Mika! Sıkıştırın onu! Bastırın! Tamam.
Neredeyse geldim. Şu lanet tutsaklar nerede peki?
Remember this. Yeah, so the idea, right? She gets hit right at her injury. I like how badass this scene is. And the desperation. Remember the thumb to the eye. This is Matthew Mercer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What I like about this sequence too is like you can look at everything that Ellie does is so ugly and so brutal and so unnecessary, but had she not come after Abby, who knows if these people would have ever been free, who knows if this uprising would have ever happened, right? So again, there's these butterfly wings happening because of all of the choices she's made, that none of them are just black and white. You've got this constant gray you have to reconcile with.
Oh, they're staring at her like she's some kind of wild animal. Again, like there's this whole crazy thing going on here of like slaves and slavers, and Ellie cares none of that. It's just she's so single-minded about Abby, and pretty soon, she, like in gameplay, she's gonna just start repeating Abby, Abby.
I wonder how much of Ellie is hoping to die in that fight.
Neredesin? Abby. Sahile doğru git. Nasıl ya?
Abby!
Yardım et. Lütfen. Sensin.
But I love how surprising the speed is, right? It's like you keep moving towards this idea of this fight, and the whole way you're like, Ellie, you're too fucked up. Don't do this. Don't face Abby. We know what she's like. And now you come to this absolutely wrecked, frail.
I also love it's pretty much wordless, and you could tell so much with the performance what's going on in their heads, and you could see Ellie's confusion and anger and sadness for what she's witnessing.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like finally the prize is right there, and now it just doesn't feel as satisfying.
I always read that like there are boats this way moment is like, if I'm nice to her, if I'm just like treat her like not my enemy, then maybe like this will all go by quietly.
To me, this is a really nice mirror beat of Joel with Ellie, Joel carrying Ellie, right? And so you have that invocation, and Ellie just has to watch it, has to watch this embodiment of somebody who represents every good part of Joel.
It makes me so sad. This all just this scene. It's just because Ellie doesn't know what to do with all of that anger and that hurt from losing Joel. And now this is the moment.
Yeah, because at this point, that's all Ellie has left. It's just this fucked up quest. Yeah, imagine having that image stuck in your head and not knowing how to get rid of it.
Yeah. And killing somebody else is not going to do it, but
You have to get to that point. You have to realize it yourself.
this was we actually had a really fun day.
Yeah.
As hard as this scene was, and it's so funny doing this with one of your best friends, of just like fighting each other, pulling her hair, being like, get out of here, let's fight, kick me.
Seninle dövüşmeyeceğim.
I think that threat is fake, right? It's I don't think.
Yes. I don't think
She's bluffing.
I absolutely think she's bluffing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, but I agree. But what would have happened if Abby was like,
No.
no? Like, I feel like she still would have pushed that. I would think she would have pushed that knife in.
This is great that there's all these different interpretations.
That's
'cause
so
I
cool.
don't. I don't think she would. There were all these other versions of how Ellie lost her fingers. Do you remember, Hallie, of like, there used to be when someone was waiting for her at the farm and then tortured her in retribution for what happened in Seattle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was like the parent or somebody
Yeah.
of somebody who died, of like an NPC essentially, who came, and so you're seeing that cyclical nature of violence of like, you killed my person, you killed my person, you killed my person. So somebody you didn't even realize you'd really killed tracks Ellie down.
I love how you pin her with your knee.
Yeah. So originally the conception was that Abby dies here, and it would have been such a different game, I think, if if right now there was just a body underwater and Ellie was having this moment. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know Abby died here originally.
Well, yeah, originally, like, I think both Yara and Lev died. And this was just Abby by herself when you meet up with her. And then Ellie kills Abby.
Rough.
Yeah.
I think leaving Ellie with 3% of the humanity that she got from who she was, that good kid, that scrappy kid that Joel helped shape. I think if she killed Abby, you'd never see that kid again. And this gives a hope that she's still in there a little bit and could be maybe revived in the same way that Abby was revived in the right circumstance.
I agree.
Seeing the reactions, there's people that wanting to know, what was it exactly that made Ellie stop? Is it Lev Is it this memory of Joel? Is it everything she's experienced? Is it just like Abby's state, that it's not this person that defeated her in the theater? And to me, it's all those things. The way our brains work is so messy. And that's the story was always meant to be very messy in that way, that there aren't these clear-cut answers.
To me, that moment is 2 more seconds, this girl is dead. So I already know what this feels like. I can see what I'm going to feel like 5 seconds from now.
Yes.
And it's no different.
Yes.
So why?
Değil mi? Oha. Gitmişler de. Oo.
Originally, the house was fully empty. And there was a concern, I think, that we had that it's going to feel like something bad happened to Dina, and we don't want to make it feel like it's...
Right.
That's the thought in her head. It's more, Dina has made that choice to move back.
She had to move back, too. She couldn't stay there alone with a baby. It was too dangerous.
But I do think there's something poetic in, like, she didn't take Ellie's things with her.
Yeah.
There wasn't a, I'm waiting for you, I'm going to build a home. It's I'm letting this... I'm letting this die, yeah, here. And I'm going to let everything rot for you.
Well, that's really bleak.
Ne yapalım biz?
Yeah, we wanted to create a metaphor for the unintended consequences of pursuing justice at any cost. And here we get to feel it of this song that means so much to Ellie, she just can't play it anymore. Also interesting thinking about Joel's headspace right now, like just been humiliated by Ellie in front of everyone. Who knows what's going through his head, but for me, sometimes when I get just filled with anxiety, it's guitar. It's just sitting down and just jamming and just...
Yeah, not even playing a song, just playing through something.
And we've had this scene at different spots of the game. until we finally landed. It's this final moment.
Yeah, I think originally we were gonna put it before the midpoint showdown of the game.
Right.
Oh, it plays so much better at the end.
Yeah, no,
It does.
now you can't imagine it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Once it's here.
Ne içiyorsun?
Traded his soul for coffee.
Nereden buldun?
Geçen hafta gelen gruptan aldım.
Ha.
I would do the
Takas
same.
ettiğim şey biraz utanç vericiydi.
This is the most Ashley has ever pushed back on a scene.
Wait,
really? This was because originally it was written that they hug at the end of the scene, and you're like, I don't know if they would. I'm not sure we could get all the way there. You were a sport about it, and we did two versions, one with a hug, one without a hug, and they were both very, very good. But ultimately, you were right. They're starting to forgive each other, but they're not fully there. Ultimately, makes it more tragic.
Yeah. I think that's why she goes on this journey, because it's just like it was never solved. Our relationship was never fixed.
Dina, senin kız arkadaşın mı?
Hayır. Hayır, o sadece bir öpücüktü. Hiçbir anlamı yok. O bunu neden yaptı bilmiyorum.
Ondan hoşlanıyorsun.
They just have like a father-daughter moment. Just this exchange about this crush that she has on this other girl, and Joel telling her like she would be lucky to have you. Again, he has unconditional love for Ellie, and that's what drives her mad. It'd be so much easier if he was just a complete piece of shit.
Oh yeah,
then you could just forget about him.
Yeah,
but you can't.
I mean, that's what's hard. I mean, she knows that he cares, and she knows that he does love her.
Benim o hastanede ölmem gerekiyordu.
I also love that you bring it back to we're talking around the thing that we need to talk about. And you doing all of these gestures to try to make it better is not what I want. I'm going to bring it back to what the issue is, and that's I should have died in that hospital.
I also love watching when do you both decide to make eye contact?
Oh, right, interesting.
And it's like right here for the watch at the end of this statement for emphasis. All eye contact. Because I am dead serious. I don't care the cost. I would do it all over again. Even if it means I'd lose you.
There is something to be said for your writing in this, which is I would do it all over again, and I would do it all over again. Walk the knife's edge of meaning. Because there's one that is repentant, and there is one that is resolute.
Bu yaptığını affedebileceğimi sanmıyorum.
Like this false moment, I can never forgive that. And he's ready to accept it. And then he's all of a sudden, but I'd like to try. And then I think the water works for everyone.
Yeah.
Just start right here. We did a lot of work of just writing these scenes and not being heavy-handed to talk about theme. But there is something about just the placement of the scene here. And it's a scene about getting over some horrible transgression that one feels. Because there's other things that are worthwhile in this world than just kind of living in this resentment next to the moment where Ellie decides to let Abby go. And whether she fully forgives her or not almost doesn't even matter. It's just she knows there's other things in life that are more worth putting your focus on. It's interesting seeing since the game has come out. It's been out for a few years now. How many different interpretations there are for the sleeving of the guitar here? Whether it's she's fully forgiven Joel, or whether she's fully forgiven Abby, or whether she's willing to move on, or whether she just doesn't want to be under Joel's shadows anymore. And when people always I don't know if you get this often, people often come to me and they want the answer. They're like, which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's all those things. It's all those things in some way. Like people's minds are so complicated.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's what we've been talking about with grief and how that can sort of manifest in somebody.
I'll caveat by saying this is my own interpretation. And it doesn't mean that it's right. It's just mine. But sometimes you have so many triggers for trauma that you just need to let anything that might trigger you, you just have to let it go and start over.
I mean, how I felt in that moment of, it's easier just to not get close to people.
We know when we were writing this, we had so many conversations about leaving it on a hopeful note. And even though it's very dark, I do find it to be a hopeful note. It's left with that question of like, once you've committed all these atrocities yourself, can you come back from that? And we saw that Joel was able to, and then maybe Ellie could as well.
I remember when you guys told me that that was going to happen, and I was very nervous. Man, what a journey.
It's a long game.
It's a long game.
I'm curious, how do you interpret her leaving the guitar behind Ashley? Because she could have taken it with her. She could learn to play left-handed.
I think that so much of it is... I feel like it's a lot of things. I feel like some of it is... Deserving is not the word that I'm looking for, but I feel like there's a part of Ellie that's like, you know what, this is part of a life that I had that I now have to kind of leave behind because of the choices that I've made and the things that I did. And I think it's going to be easier if I just leave it all and not have to go back and try to visit it every day. And I think also having if she did take the guitar with her, that would be a constant reminder of Joel.
Like it would be triggering.
It would be triggering in a way. And I think, you know, if Ellie had therapy in this world, it probably would have ended differently. But as someone who knows, like when you go through stuff and you just kind of like trash compactor it down into your body and not deal with it, I think that's kind of where she's at. But kind of just like, if I leave it all behind, this is what I kind of deserve.
Do you think if she leaves the guitar behind, she's hoping that she will no longer have the...
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that there, of like, maybe if I don't have this reminder, I'll get over it, because trying to find revenge and retribution, that didn't fill that hole. What do you think it is? What do you guys think it is when you were thinking of leaving the guitar there? And specifically because cutting off the fingers was a very strong choice, to not be able to play the guitar and have that connection anymore.
Sometimes it's hard to kind of reverse engineer what was the inspiration or the process, but I find playing guitar so therapeutic. And I associate music with specific times in my life and memories that then if someone were to take that away from me, and especially if I were responsible for the reason it's taken away from me, then it might be too hard to just constantly play it badly, or especially this particular guitar that's gifted to her by Joel. And right, her memories with Joel are, I think, mostly positive, but it's mixed with some negative stuff and the journey of the first game. And this is a point where I think she wants to start over, that she came to the brink of being a villain. And she's, I mean, in some ways she was, and she probably killed many people on this journey that might not have deserved that fate. But I think now she wants to go on a journey to reflect on that and find a different purpose. I'm curious, maybe Ashley and then Laura, like, how do you feel years later now? People had very strong reactions to this game, both positive and negative. And how do you feel about it?
I feel like I have so many feelings about it. I feel like now, having some years behind us of the game being out, I love this game so much, and I think it's such a beautiful piece of media because of the story and the narrative and what it has to say, and that's so much to Hallie and Neil. I think the aftermath when it first came out, seeing what Laura had to deal with, my friend, and you guys, and all of us, of something that we cared about so much. And in the process of 5 years of making this and all of the hands that touched it. And there was a period that was rough because you're getting this judgment from people who don't fully know the story and are... It was hard.
It was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of after too of people... But I don't feel like when we were playing the game that, yeah, Ellie is making some really strong decisions. But it's funny, a lot of people that would come up and be like, dude, Ellie's like a murderer. What happened to her? And I'm like, no, she's got some stuff. But even still, like now having, you know, coming out of that time of I feel like that was one of the first times where I've sort of dealt with like a reaction like that. And it sucks. It hurts, especially if you love something so much.
Yeah.
And all the time that everybody put into it. And it sucked seeing my friend get attacked and things that all of you guys of things that I care about, but I know that's so much of the world we live in. But
I think it was just like a perfect storm of timing too. And because everybody was so separated, we were all dealing with that separately, right?
Yes.
We didn't get to see each other and like talk it through.
Right.
And it's crazy because for so long, and I've talked to you about this, like there was no closure for the game. You know, normally like you wrap and we have like a wrap party and we get to like see everybody and kind of like rejoice in what we made and like how much of our hearts we poured into something.
Yeah.
And we never got the celebration of finishing it and seeing it released to the world. And all we got instead was like that vitriol like thrown. Ugh. So it was rough, but it's, you know, again, it's been years and I'm so just proud. And it's a story that if you play it, I don't see how it can't change you.
Yeah.
You know, it changes how you view violence. It changed how I played games. You know, like as I was playing the game, I found myself, I wasn't attacking people anymore. Like I started like, I love to just destroy every person that I come across. Like it's a completion thing for me. And as I'm playing, I was like, I stealthed everywhere. Instead, I didn't want to hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah.
I remember when we started doing press at the end of the game, toward the end of the game, people would be like, oh my God, and all the dogs, you have to kill all the dogs. And I remember being like, you don't actually have to kill any of the dogs but Alice. So that's on you. And people like having to own that reality, right? Like you have to face your own ugliness in the game. And I think, I think the game will age well. I think the game will, the story and the mechanics and the beauty of the world will hold up over time as an incredibly complex piece of storytelling in and of itself, outside of like its own medium.
Yeah.
I hope, but yeah, that was a rough time.
Well, I remember, right, so it's months before the game comes out. We have to delay it indefinitely.
Yeah.
There's a backlash from our most hardcore fans. And people are just waiting in the wings to attack Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Because we're woke and diverse and all these other reasons.
Diverse, taking too long to get a game out.
So we're all at home and we're all kind of have to be depressed at home as this is happening and finish the game.
Yeah.
And then the game comes out and it goes on a little bit of a redemption arc because it won all these awards. And I don't know if I've ever talked about this, or maybe I was afraid to like talk to you all about this. But my greatest fear when that backlash was happening was that I've let you all down in some way, that I didn't do right by you. And that's why I've always been afraid to kind of talk about it with you, because I feel like I would get really emotional. I remember talking with Troy about it because I'm like, dude, I apologized to him. I'm like, I feel like I did you wrong. And now you're like, and he's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, I love this thing. Like, I wouldn't change a beat. But, you know, we all had our share of all sorts of things that were really awful to deal with at the time. And when people ask me, like, was it worth it? Was it worth doing this whole thing? And when I think about myself, I say, yes, I would do it again in a heartbeat. I'm so proud of this thing. When I think about what you all went through, that's the one thing that gives me pause. That especially you, Laura, what you went through. That's when I'm like, I don't know if I would put an actor through that again. And it sucks that that's kind of the world that we live in, but I just care about you so much that I felt terrible for what you were going through.
Well, we were all going through it. So,
but then, you know, when you started winning all those awards, I was like, I hope. And again, I was so afraid to talk to you about it. I'm like, I hope that's some sort of vindication.
oh my
I hope.
gosh, yeah, yes, and you know, like I said, I think it's just time, right?
Yeah.
When it first happened, it was not a good time.
No.
But,
God, I
but
forgot
I mean, I'm
that was...
still like, oh,
But
I love it.
I do love it. And, you know, there's some people that just hate the game and hate us for it.
Sure.
And there's way more that love it. And some people say it's their greatest story of experience out of any media. And some people say it's the worst story of experience out of any media. But the interesting thing to me about it is, like, this game is so much about tribalism and saying I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
And losing the nuance of that conversation. And so much of the conversation, years later now, people are still arguing about it on that level and not seeing the irony that they're kind of proving the point of the story, the way they're arguing about it, about whether Joel was right or Abby was right or Ellie. And it's like, no one was right, no one was wrong. It's just messy and gross in the way that these conflicts usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like looking back on this, it's so funny because I think when all of the backlash was coming out, I had a similar feeling like you did, which I think I told you, where I was like, it's my fault.
What?
I fucked it up.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's just it's such a like I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same thing that you felt, where you're just like, okay, cool. I when it really just doesn't have anything to do with you. It's a lot of people, like Laura was saying, a lot of the frustrations that people were having and the timing that we were in. But when I think back on this game, I love both games so much, but I feel like the story and I don't want to say the message of the game because it's like there's so much to say. I'm so proud of what we all made. And I think as I get older, I still feel like this is going to be something that I hold so dear because of something that we were able to accomplish and the story that we were able to tell, especially in a video game, and that it's a bunch of, I mean, badass women that are taking on this world, and it's a perspective that you don't see a lot, especially in video games. And as hard as that time was, I'm so proud that we got to be a part of it, that I got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I regret every moment. It's the worst thing I've ever done.
I guess maybe to wrap it up here, it's a joy. It's been awesome working with you both. I can't wait to do it again on whatever project we might do in the future, but there's a reason that I keep coming back to working with the same people over and over again, because one, you try to find talent, but maybe even more important than that is you want to enjoy the people you work with. And despite how we landed the plane, even if the landing was a bit rough with what happened there at the end. Again, just looking at myself, not for everything you've experienced, I would easily do it all over again.
Same.
I don't know.
Well, you're out.
Well, I left. I would do it. I would do it all again, but I would not have a Twitter account.
Maybe that's the
the
final
key.
lesson of Last of Us Part 2,
Yes.
which is
Get off social media.
Get off of social media. Well, after several hours with us, this is the end of our commentary. Thank you for hanging in there. I hope you got some insight into our process. As you can tell, we're very proud of this game. Until next time, endure and survive.